Do you feel like life isn't fair?
Life is never fair for me.
Are you asking yourself, why did this have to happen to me?
Why is it always me? Why can't it be him or this guy? He's got nothing to lose.
The truth is, it's not just you. Sadly, there is no fair fairy making all things fair. We all have things happen that set us back.
Yeah, but my unfairness is way more unfair than other people's unfairnesses.
The truth is, people all around the world who have encountered great setbacks have gone on to overcome them, whether it's poverty, disease, discrimination, or all of it combined. Don't believe me? Just ask Helen Keller.
Helen Keller, have you had any setbacks? Store at 11.
Helen Keller was blind and deaf and still went on to do great things. So whether your setback is your brother stealing the last piece of bacon or something more serious, today we give you 5 tips on how to be a victor and not a victim.
Number 1, envision a positive future. People with a victim mindset believe that they are stuck in life. They are living in the hurt of the past and don't know how to move on.
I just can't do it.
They tell themselves there's nothing that they can do to make their life better because everything is holding them back, whether it's the people around them or their own limitations.
Things are terrible and will always be terrible.
This is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Terrible.
Because as long as you believe that you can't make things better, you won't. And you'll stay miserable by your own choice.
I choose to be miserable.
People with a victor mindset believe that achievement is possible. In spite of their setbacks, they have an inspiring vision of the future. So when you're feeling stuck, set your negative thoughts aside and imagine what you want your future to look like.
Oh yeah.
Just make sure it's within reason. Then ask yourself, what would I need to do to make this a reality? Break it down into simple steps and focus on one at a time. If you aren't sure how to do a step, get help from someone who does know.
It's okay, son. I'm gonna help you out.
With every small step you take, you'll gain more and more confidence.
Number 2, grow stronger from obstacles. Everyone encounters obstacles, but your mentality towards them makes all the difference. Victims see obstacles as unfair and insurmountable setbacks. Every hill looks like a mountain. They're so focused on the obstacle that they don't see the solution sitting right in front of them. They spend all their energy being upset when they could have used that same energy toward overcoming the obstacle. Victors, on the other hand, see obstacles as a natural part of life. Instead of wasting their energy pouting, they apply themselves with faith that they can get through it. They see each obstacle as a challenge and understand that there's something valuable to learn. Then, when they finally overcome the obstacle, it gives them a sense of accomplishment and makes the victory even sweeter.
Number 3, expect more from yourself and rise to the situation. No matter where you are in life, there's always room to improve. Victors understand this and have faith that no matter what life throws at them, they will do whatever it takes to rise to the occasion. Victims, on the other hand, don't believe that personal growth is possible. Or even worse, don't believe it's needed.
It's not my fault. Who do you think I am, chop liver?
Victims are often so busy blaming everything and everyone else for their problems that they don't stop to think about how their own growth can make things better. Victims are so defensive that when someone points out something that they could do to improve, they take it as an attack and don't use it as an opportunity to learn.
If you pull your elbow in, it'll probably help you with that form a little bit more.
I learned that from Curry, so I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh, man.
When things aren't turning out the way you want, the first place you should look is yourself. There is always something you can do to improve your situation, which brings us to tip number 4.
Number 4, focus on what's in your control. Victims focus on everything that isn't in their control, and it's overwhelming. It creates anxiety and a feeling of helplessness. It's true that things outside of your control happen, like getting mugged, or abducted by a UFO. But the good news is, there's a lot more that is in your control, and the quality of your life is more up to you than anyone or anything else. But victims don't want to accept this because they don't want to accept responsibility for their life. So they focus on everything outside of their control and ignore their own responsibility. It makes them feel better, but deep down they know they're not actually fooling anybody.
Everything in my life is a disaster, and it's not my fault. It's everyone else.
What's the one common denominator between you
and all of your problems.
Victors focus their energy on what is in their control, and things turn out a lot better. For instance, instead of worrying about your boss firing you, focus on being a good employee. Instead of focusing on people judging your appearance, focus on developing a good fitness and hygiene routine.
Number 5, take ownership and find the path to success. There's this really amazing thing called free will. It's the ability to make decisions for yourself. The amazing thing is that no one else can make decisions for you. You get to decide what kind of person you're going to be, in small ways and in big ways. You get to decide if you're going to have a clean room or a messy room. You get to decide how hard you're going to study at school. You get to decide what you're going to do with your free time. You get to decide how good of an employee you're going to be. And you get to decide how you're going to use your money. You have power in your life, and that power is a God-given responsibility and privilege. The decisions you make right now are going to determine the person you'll be in the future. Victors understand that it's up to them to make the life they want, and that happens one good decision at a time.
Freedom! So fresh on you.
Victims, on the other hand, give away their power to make good decisions, as if there's some force holding back their free will.
I would make better decisions, but I can't. Because all these things are just forcing me. Ugh.
No one else can control you. You have to make your own decisions, and you have to create the future you want. If you don't, it's no one's fault but your own.
In conclusion, what are you? A victim or a victor? It's your choice. Let's recap how to be a victor and not a victim. Number 1, envision a positive future. Number 2, grow stronger from obstacles. Number 3, expect more from yourself and rise to the occasion. Number 4, focus on what's in your control. And number 5, take ownership and find the path to success.
Thank you for watching this how-to video for PragerU. We hope you learned something new, and we'll see you next time.
Make sure you like and share this with your friends so that all of the victims in the world can become victors once again.
Everything in my life is a disaster. I can't speak. Everything in my life is a disaster. What? Is a disaster. Okay, this is gonna be tough.
Oh yeah! Yeah!
Bleh.